We're rolling. Okay, so today I'm gonna make my tomato sauce. Now you could call it sauce, gravy, whatever, but this is my version of tomato sauce the way I like it. I got everything ready. I have one chopped onion, about 4 cloves of garlic chopped up. I have one small carrot that I used a grater to finely grate it. I'll show you. There you go. That's to kind of take the acidity out of the tomatoes because they've been in the cans. And I have dried oregano and dried basil that I'm gonna use, salt and pepper. So we're gonna start with the onions and garlic. And this is the pan that I use to do my tomato sauce. Also to do chili, ground turkey chili. I'm gonna use this little spatula to get it all out. Put down the onions. Put the garlic in there. Salt and pepper. Gotta always season the layers. So every time I'm gonna add stuff, you gotta season whatever you add. So we're gonna let this go, you know, maybe 5 to 8 minutes on medium-high heat. I got this on like 7. Mine goes to like 10, so I got it on 7. Probably turn it down a little to 6. So once I get this going, I'm gonna add a little more olive oil and then add the carrots and then the dried herbs and saute that just for a couple minutes and then add the tomatoes in. And this is like a regular batch, so it's 2 cans of tomato, 28 ounces of San Marzano organic peeled tomatoes. I normally would make a bigger batch, like I would double this up, because then I would probably freeze some of it to make something else later. So I'm gonna add a little more olive oil. Add the carrots in there. Add some basil, dried basil. And some dried oregano. Saute that for probably 2 or 3 minutes. Smelling real good now. Yeah, so it kind of looks like that. And then we're gonna get our tomatoes. Add those. There's 1 can. And salt and pepper. Move that around. And some people like to crush up the tomatoes in a bowl before in their hands. Everyone has their different techniques. I like to take the good old potato masher. And just, you know, this is just a rough breaking them up. That's good, just rough mashing them up, make sure none of them are whole. Looks pretty good. And I'm also gonna switch from this wooden spatula thing to a spoon. Since this is not a non-stick pan, I can use a metal spoon. always want to be careful with your non-stick surfaces. You want to use like, like this, or non-stick plastic, because you'll scratch it with metal. All right, so that's gonna do its thing. It's gonna simmer for probably like, let it come up to like, so I see bubbles, and then probably let it simmer for like 30 minutes. So, we could just hang out for 30 minutes, or I can, and then we'll be back when it's done. You guys don't know that, like the Benny Hill. Okay, so the last step with my tomato sauce is I use the stick thing. I was told it's called a immersion blender.
Yes.
Never heard of that before, but I know what it does, and it's gonna, do this. And the good thing about this version, it has a lock on the top, so you have to press this down for it to go. So if I try to make it go, it doesn't, so it's safe. You don't wanna have accidents with these kind of things in the kitchen. So. And this is just kind of to incorporate everything. And it's kind of fun. Yeah, that's good. And then you always gotta taste. And I don't really have any bread, so. A little more salt. And that's it. It's good to go, ready to go. Goes good with any kind of pasta, meatballs. You can have it for lasagna, have it ready. Like I said before, I like to do a double batch of this and then, freeze some of it for another time. But there you go. That's my tomato sauce.
The woodworks.